very first guest is a very talented actor, I'm a huge fan, who became a best-selling author with his new memoir, Greenlights, which I have read and bought for everyone and that I know, I really have.
Please welcome Academy Award winner, Matthew McConaughey.
Woo! How you doing, Trisha? How you doing, Garth?
You look great.
We are so pumped that you're here. We're going to get your book because I love this book in just a minute. But I want to thank you because I've never had the chance to publicly thank you. First of all, thank you for mentioning me in the book, but for being in the video for Walk Away Joe. And it's been almost 25, 30 years ago now.
Over 30 years, and we're finally,
Finally.
Saying yes, I remember this very well.
I mean, I always tell everybody that, you know, you were, this is one of your first things that you did, and that I basically gave you a career, and now you're way more famous than me. But do you have any memory of doing that? Because we were not in the same place. You were in Austin, and I was in Nashville.
Yeah, I remember, I was wearing a pager at the time, because I remember I was in school at the University of Texas. Anytime that pager would go off and they'd say, can you get to San Antonio and audition for this beer commercial or this music video? Bam, out of class. I'm out of here trying it out. Well, I was about 0 for 18, and then I got the pager came on to come try out for this video, and I got that one. And then I remember we spent a day. You know, they used to tell stories in the videos, much different than they do now.
Right.
There's a little story, the Walk Away Joe, they meet, it's a great day, they go swimming, they hang out, they run hand in hand, they end up back at a motel, not a hotel. Everything went well, and all of a sudden, old Walk Away Joe just slips on out the door. He's the wrong kind of guy.
I feel like we should do this video again, maybe at some point.
It's so good.
I mean, I got to ask you, because you got a full house that's right down my alley. Now, you have, your mom is 89 and living with you?
Yes, sir. 89. We grabbed her about 14 months ago, as soon as the pandemic came on.
Amen.
Pulled her out of her community. She's been with us now. And you know how it was. For the last 14 months, the hardest part's been like, how do you make a long-term plan for anything? How do you get more than one in a row of anything? So we thought she'd be there a month. We thought she'd be there 3 months. Then 6 months turned to a year, and she's still there. Figured out the secret, though, because sometimes I have 3 children, and now having mom, who's 89, sometimes is 4 children. But the secret to a happy home with her, and it is, as long as she's got a book to read and a cold glass of Kendall Jackson Chardonnay at 5:30, it's easy.
I love your mom. We are friends.
Hell, man, of all the things.
There she is. Now, you're telling you, you run out of a book for her to read, you're in trouble. You run out of that wine, it's hell.
I mean, honey, can you relate to that at all?
I don't have a clue, and you're not 89 yet. It's pretty amazing. But I tell you, man, of all the things you've done, of all the scary things you've tried and tempted, I hear you're about to have a teenager in the house. Good luck with that one, Hoss.
That's what I hear too. I'm buckling up, strapping on that saddle nice and tight for the rodeo ride. So far I got a 12, 11, and an 8. And that's, you know, presented its normal challenges as any parent would have. But across the board, any parents who've had teenagers are like, oh, get ready. Get ready. So here we go. Yeah, we're about to find out.
Hey, man, God has a wicked sense of humor. He's gonna send you at that age, you know.
I have to ask you about cooking because, you know, that's my other thing that I do. And I was so intrigued by something your family does on Sundays that we are going to try. But you got to tell me about it. Mashup or what is it called?
Mosquito.
Mosquito. Tell us about it.
It's Portuguese. We picked up the habit from Camila's mom. When Camila's mom lived with us years ago. Every Sunday she goes, everybody, mosquito. It means you go to the fridge and you open it up and every leftover in there, get them out. Everything. And then you lay them out on the big kitchen table and you say, okay, what combines with what? What can we put together to make tonight's feast? It's got to be based on only leftovers. Yeah. So you got to get pretty doggone creative to figure out what salt's going to go with savory and sweet's going to go with this or that and the other. It's sort of a, tuna fish salad on heavyweight version where you got to deal with everything in there. And but it's going to be different every single time.
That's cool.
I love that.
You're like, what's a leftover, right?
Hey, man, congrats on your book, Greenlight. It's been on the New York bestseller since October. I can't even believe that's possible.
That's pretty
Congratulations on that, man.
Thank you.
And I do want to say, Matthew, because I know you do interviews and people go, oh, here's your book and it's great. Someone gave me the book and then I bought another copy for a friend of mine because it's not just, your life story. It's life lessons, and it really spoke to me, and I've recommended it. It's so readable and so relatable. Just really congrats. I mean, I really recommend it. Really good.
Well, you know, I hoped it would be something that somebody wanted to read, a book, a piece of art that somebody could get something out of. And the coolest compliment that I've heard from people who like is they go, look, I saw my life in your life. I saw my stories in your stories. And y'all know that as songwriters. You know, you put out a song, someone gets a hold of it, they're seeing themselves in that subject. And, well, that's when art is really cool because it translates and it picks up you and I can talk about the same subject that I've talked about with 100 other people about the book, but it'll be our original conversation every time.
Right.
And that's really been fun.
It's really cool. It's really cool. I want to talk to you like all day, so we're gonna have to do this some more. Can we keep talking to Matthew?
Yes, let's do
Can
it.
we do that? Are we allowed? Okay.
Yeah.
More with Matthew after this.
We're back with the best-selling author, Matthew McConaughey. What's that? What is that? That sounds so cool.
It's so cool that you just said that. Like, we're best friends now, right, Matthew? Like, this is happening. You talk about the first time in the book. You talk about the first time you saw your wife, and which is so wonderful. We've been married for 15 years. This is the love of my life. And you said she was floating on air, and I was just wondering if she has ever told you what her first impression of you was.
Ooh.
Yes, she has. So before I saw her, she evidently on the same night in the same club saw me. She said I was standing behind. I was trying to get a simple drink at a bar, and there was one guy in front of me, and he had on this like Rasta hat and this long blonde curly hair in the back. He had on shorts, a t-shirt, and was wearing flip-flops in the club. But at this moment, he was in the middle of a 13-minute, very specific, detail-oriented recipe to the bartender, the exact margarita that he wanted. And she said, I was standing behind this guy going, what is, geez, not only did I pick the wrong line or get behind the wrong person, but what the hell is this guy doing? I mean, this is taking forever. So I'm very particular about my margaritas. Well, that turned out to be me. So I think something about being in the club, having the Rost hat and having the flip-flops, being that specific about a margarita, at least made her say, well, this guy might be interesting. So,
I would describe you as optimistic and upbeat, actually. But I've got to tell you, I know I'm probably the lone guy here. I can't let you get away without talking about what's this thing about, would you really ever consider getting into politics? Because we need somebody with the courage of you just to speak how you feel. Sorry, that's just me.
I'm voting for you.
well, I'll tell you this, you know, I've been asked that question a lot lately, and my answer is the same. It's something I'm trying to look in the eye and give honest consideration. What an awesome privilege, an awesome responsibility,
Amen.
An awesome position of sacrifice and service. Something to consider. I've got a new chapter coming up in my life. What is my category? I think I've got some gifts as a leader. I think I've got some gifts as a learner and a listener and a teacher. What's my category, though? Where am I most useful? To the most amount of people and to myself and my family. Remember, I got those 3 kids about to be teenagers.
Amen.
You said that's going to take a whole lot of work for me, right?
Sure does.
You know, so I'm asking myself these questions, and maybe I'm more useful as a free agent in another position. Maybe I'm very useful in the position you're talking about. I'm really working on that and going and doing some under the hood 360 work inside of me and measuring what my next step should be.
Well, from reading your book, I mean, you're honest with yourself, and you're very much, you tell it like it is, and you're rational, and I'm a fan. So however you decide to use that voice, I mean, we're for it. This book, Greenlights, is available everywhere, unless I bought them all. I just can't thank you enough, Matthew. This is a dream come true for me, and we got to get together some of these days, and we'll cook a meal together. And just thank you for being who you are. We love you. America loves you.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's make it less than 31 years next time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks, Matthew.
We'll do the next video. Look
We'll be
forward
back.
to it. Appreciate y'all.
Hi, I'm Andy. Ellen asked me to remind you to subscribe to her channel so you can see more awesome videos, like videos of me getting scared or saying embarrassing things, like ball peen hammer, and also some videos of Ellen and other celebrities, if you're into that sort of thing. God!